Anthony, what do you take out of the derby? It's a loss, but any building blocks you can work on?
Definitely. It was a typical derby, I felt, in the sense that no one really dictated play. It was more of a battle than anything else. In saying that, amongst the battle, I think the better chances fell to us and we didn't capitalise on them. And it was from our mistake that they scored. So look, in terms of our gameplay, there's definitely a lot to work on, but I feel the signs are there. We are trying to be the protagonist in games. We're pressing high, and ultimately we need to improve at that. We need to be more conditioned, and we'll execute it better in the future. But yeah, we're enthusiastic about the way we're trying to play.
Ufuk was just telling us he's trying to make the team fitter. How hard exactly is he working, you guys?
Yeah, extremely hard. We train hard most days of the week. We're training more often, and we strive to play, like I said, a style of game which allows us to dictate. It involves us being very aggressive in our press, and to achieve that, we're going to have to work really hard. It's not going to happen overnight. We have a lot of work to do on the training ground, and I feel that when we get it right, we're going to be able to capitalise on a lot of opportunities that present themselves.
What did he say to you after the full-time whistle on Saturday?
Yeah, no,
you're improving, and don't worry, I know it's a defeat, but the performance was there.
Yeah, basically that. He was uplifting in his words. Obviously, he expects us to be disappointed because we strive to win every game, especially derbies at home. But he recognised the effort, and he's pleased with the way we're working. But obviously he pointed out that we have a lot of work to do, and we need to all be on board and buy in to keep improving.
Do you feel as though you are getting closer to the standard that Ufi wants to, or is setting?
Definitely. We're getting fitter, we're getting more conditioned. I think you saw against Adelaide how well it can work when we get it right. Obviously the derby was a different story. It was a different game altogether, and different challenges presented themselves. Wanderers were more direct. We had to deal with long balls a lot more and be there to pick up seconds, and that's a side of the game that we can improve.
Ufi's been around now for a couple of weeks. Have you noticed a difference, I guess, in energy and excitement around the playing group in terms of how you're playing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when a new coach comes in, there's kind of a natural increase in intensity. People want to show what they can do and impress, but in saying that, he's very driven. He drives the boys in every drill that we do and expects the highest of intensities always. And that's the only way that we are going to improve and achieve the style of play that we want to achieve. So it's been really great. It's been thought-provoking and intense, and I think everyone's enjoying themselves.
What have you been working on at training, particularly this week for Saturday's game?
We're just trying to continue building on the style of play we want to achieve, which is be the protagonist, be in the opposition's face, and that will give us the foundation to dictate with the ball. A club like this demands an exciting style of play, and I think that's what we're trying to achieve. It's just about getting fitter, more conditioned, and having the confidence to execute it.
There was a few reports over the weekend coming out from Marco Rudan post-derby that there was unfair pressure on Borrello, and now he's obviously out for the next couple of months. Do you think there was a bit of unfair pressure on Borrello for the game on Saturday?
No, it's a derby. I think these things happen in football. It's unfortunate that it happened to Brandon. Obviously, he's an important player for them, and you don't want to see a fellow footballer suffer an injury and be out for a long time. But I don't think there was any sort of bad intention there. I think it was just purely a heated derby where you have to fly into challenges and try to be aggressive. But yeah, I know for sure that there was no intent to hurt him at all.
Just following on from that one, Anthony, Uli Davila said after the game on Friday night that being a similar type of creative player like yourself, that he wants a bit more protection from the referees. Do you think you get that?
Yeah, me and Uli are similar yet different. I feel I kind of have to get stuck in a lot more, and I'm maybe not so much on the receiving end as he is. He plays higher up the field and maybe gets more aggressive, I guess, attention from defenders, whereas I'm kind of more combative in the midfield at the moment. But you do want to see the best players in the league like Uli be protected. That way they can, create and entertain the way they do. And yeah, it's important to keep those players, I guess, healthy. But yeah, I can't say that I've been unfairly treated in that sense.
Perth this weekend. The home form, we just spoke to Wolfie about it, the home form hasn't been good to start the season. What do you put that down to?
It's hard to actually put it down to anything. It has been poor. There's no way around it really. But the only way to improve it is that we all remain on board with the style of play we want to achieve. We have a group that is very united, it always has been, and that gives me plenty of confidence that we'll improve results.